First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the last meeting. Do we have any changes?
Move to
No.
Okay.
approve the minutes as written.
I approve the minutes of the December 18th meeting.
We have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, there it goes. Sorry. Is there any old business? All right, under new business, let's go first with the elections of officers. So we need nominations for the chairman.
Nominate Jeff Gallant.
Jeff?
Any other nominations? Hearing none, we'll close the nominations for chairman. Assistant financial officer. I think it was Dern, right?
Nominate Alec Reynolds.
Any other nominations? Hearing none, we'll close those nominations. And then secretary.
I nominate Mike Budwick.
Noise is listening to this right now.
Any other nominations? Hearing none, Mike Budwick. All right, so we just need a motion to accept the election of those officers.
So, second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Okay. All right, so I just put in here, changes of our refund policy just to start the discussion. So I know Ann had sent me what the refund policy was. I think was that at Westminster Country Club, Ann?
Green Hill.
Green Hill, okay. So maybe I'll go out and get some more ideas as to what other golf courses do, and then we can discuss that at our next meeting and vote on it at some point. Okay, update, Dan?
I really don't have much at all. Kind of.
I see you sent out all the letters to all the.
The letters went to the clubs. I think I put the deadline as of Friday.
Yep.
At that point, I'll go through them, and it should be pretty easy to get through myself, and
Okay.
it shouldn't be any issues. I'll resend confirmations out to everybody on their dates. Other than that, I'm in and out of the shop here and there. I might post a couple of shop hour openings, soft days, whatever, the weekends. Yeah, pop-ups. That's what I call them, pop-up.
You still working on the POS system?
Oh yeah. I got 3 computers I gotta move around the shop, so, and then once I get that going,
But is that up and running at this point?
it's functional, it's just gotta get moved into the
Yeah.
right spot, so
That's
I
okay.
gotta tweak it and stuff like that, but.
Have you tried it at all, Dan? Or?
No, it's still sitting there, so,
Still sitting.
it should work fine.
Do some testing with
Oh yeah,
reservations or something.
off-season testing, reservations, the reservations should work fine on the golfers, and it should look exactly the same, so.
Because if you want, I can test it.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I'm in there and can kind of see things pop up.
All right, Bill, your update besides snow and ice?
Okay, nothing then. It's gonna snow tomorrow, and then we're gonna get 3/4 of an inch, and it's gonna melt and turn into ice. Right now, we have like 3 or 4 greens, the same ones as always, that have a little bit of ice on them, a little bit too much ice. So, like we always talk about, it seems like the last 6 or 7 years, there's usually about a 40, 45, 50 day where that ice needs to come off. So we'll wait patiently. We'll see what happens Thursday, Friday, Saturday. At this point, you almost hope for everything to melt off completely, go down to green grass again, and restart it over. Because we don't really want to have to break ice, but that's obviously last resort, which we've done every year for the last 6, 7 years. So hopefully it either rains a lot and gets really hot, or it doesn't do it at all. But that's really it. A little bit of tree work when we can get out there, when the weather accommodates. But yeah, we're just watching the weather.
All right, sounds good. The only correspondence was from Holy Family Academy, looking for a Friday date, May 31st for their tournament, a 10 o'clock shot time.
Memorial Day? No, that's
No,
not, that's the
week,
end of.
it's the Friday after, I think.
Memorial Day is the 27th. I think that letter was part of the ones that I sent out for a deadline on Friday. I don't know if we need to award it now or just do it after the fact.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's is gonna request that date as well.
Okay.
But
It's open at this point.
it's still open, that's the problem, I don't wanna award it now and then have a few people come back, not that's gonna happen, but. But after Friday, I sit down with all of them,
Yeah,
including
just
that one, and just kind of plug them all in.
Okay,
So,
so you already got a copy of this?
yes, I'll get it on the, I get yours too.
Right.
Yeah.
Any commission reports? Darren, anything? Just that, right?
Just this item, yeah, with the mayor had requested that Superintendent Frank review the, city ordinance creating, establishing the commission. I did do some edits, it's not a very long section. I'm just submitting it here so everyone can get a copy of it. I assume other people are gonna have other recommendations, but just to get the conversation started, what we might wanna change.
Okay.
And I'll send a digital copy to be part of the record as well, and then everyone can, probably easier to read the red line version of it, it's in red where the changes are.
All right, so why don't we table this? You send it out and everybody can review it, and if anybody has any other changes or edits, to send them directly to Darren, and then we can vote on it at the next meeting.
Any changes I would bring up here at the
Okay.
meeting.
Yeah, that's
and then-
true.
And we can decide whether we wanna change them.
Yep.
But yeah.
Okay.
And that's it.
Ann, do you have anything?
No, I don't, no,
Okay.
not today.
Okay. Mike?
Nope, not today.
All right. So let's go into the financials. So this is, what is this through? Is this through last week, probably?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't given her much.
Yeah, it probably is.
There's nothing there.
Not coming in.
All right, so at this point, then, our total revenues are about 510,000. As I was telling Dan, if you look at greens fees are like 215, we only budgeted 205, so that's already over. In memberships, we get the bulk of it in April and May, March, April, May, basically. Tokens, I mean, they already, that's already over budget at 38,000. The rentals, I mean, those will pick up. So I think we'll be in pretty good shape as we go into the season and we open up the season. So I think revenue should be okay. Expenses right now, we're at 425,000. Everything is pretty much ordinary. The only budget item that will probably need to increase is the golf course supplies. And that's already close to budget. And then, he has already transferred the 230,000. So right now, we're just a little bit in the red until until golf season opens up, then we'll be back in the black, I would assume. So any questions on the financials?
Do we accept the financials?
Second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then, I sent out the budget, did everybody print it off? Did everybody get it?
Got it on the phone.
You didn't get it?
You got the email?
Did you send it yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it went
I
through
sent it to your.
Gmail. It wasn't on Outlook.
What's that? Yeah, they changed my.
It didn't go to the city's one, it went,
I thought I sent Dan's to the city though, no?
you sent mine to Gmail. Ann's on it, Darren's on it, Dan Barry, as at Gardner, dash, Mike Budwick,
What date was it?
at just Gmail.
17th, January 17th.
It's just your name, Mike, you got it?
Is it mine?
Darren, that you? At Gardner Cities? Darren Allowitz, at gardner-mass.gov.
Or something.
Spammy. Maybe if it came from, if it went from Jeff's private to your city,
It might have went in that
it'll
filter.
go,
It may have-
it'll
Because they
quarantine.
changed my email at work, so.
So that'll be quarantined.
possible
You
that-
gotta check your
I
quarantine.
mean, I think I sent it to a number of people in the city though, so it should be okay.
I can probably just.
I know I sent it to, I know John got my email requesting information for the audit.
Dan Barry, I'm sending it to your Verizon
Okay.
right now.
Yep. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, it's just a PDF too.
You got it in?
Right.
All set?
Yeah, we're good.
Now, you go to page 2, which is the salaries and wages. Basically, I just budgeted the same amounts that the city had in the previous budget. The only one that I increased, and I didn't even increase it, would have been the pro shop laborers. I think we may try to do a little bit different in there, maybe on weekends and holidays, maybe try to get a starter out there to make sure that everybody is, paying for their greens fees and stuff, and making sure the carts are being paid for, and they can, because Dan said now they have a handheld device, so now they can actually see all the tea time sheets, so they can pretty much mark them up as people come up and go through. So anyways, so total salaries up to $425,458. Other expenses, pretty much budgeted, pretty close to last year. I put $20,000 in for equipment in case we need anything. Took a little bit out of the buildings and grounds last year. The reason why that was high was because we did some work over the restaurant and also the pro shop. Let's see. Kept that the same, kept the vehicle supplies the same. Supplies, I increased the chem fertilizer and seeding to like 100,000. We spent 98 the previous 2 years ago. The indirect costs, I increased that by 5, kept the water the same. The other one I increased quite a bit was the golf carts. Our leases cost is gonna be 10,000 a month opposed to 5,800. So I increased that to 70,000. The use tax is just based on what I budgeted for golf cart rentals. Then under professional services, I increased, well, I kept it at 40,000. Most of that is just credit card fees. So total budget, expense-wise, is $1,025,408.
You can shop those fees around.
What's
Yeah.
that?
You can shop those credit card fees, I mean, we don't pay that at 10 cents,
We're just changing right now.
yeah, but you can still negotiate those rates.
The problem is.
Is it set by us or the
Up to
city?
the city's gonna do it. So the city takes whatever they can get. I think,
Our rates are gonna be down compared to the last few years.
yeah, that's why I kept it a little bit lower than, I think I budgeted 43, for this year. So hopefully they are gonna drop. But we're under the city, so.
Okay.
So we're not getting a dog.
We're not getting a dog.
You're not getting a dog, I thought.
It's two lines under that.
No dogs.
No dog this year. Would like a dog, huh?
And then under the revenue, memberships are based off of last year's numbers, times whatever the rates are. Greens fees, kind of based off of last year's. And same thing with golf carts and the driving range. Water and beverage is just your fee, Dan.
Yep.
Storage is kind of based off of last year. Miscellaneous is, tournament fees on Saturdays and,
Gym fees.
I don't think I can put, no, gym below it. The other thing that's in there is the high schools.
Yep.
High school fees. Gym's below, I just kind of used the same thing as last year, their lockers, whatever that comes out to. So, based on this, revenue is based on 1.254 million. So, if everything goes to plan, we'll have a a favorable budget of like $229,000. So we got some wiggle room in there in case something happens.
Rain.
Are we going to look at greens fees and cart fees before we wrap it up?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we can look at those right now if you want. I mean, car fees should go up because the car lease is pretty much doubled over the previous year, so I was thinking like, you know, an extra $1 for 9 hose and maybe another $1 for 18,
Isn't 2 for 18?
maybe 2 for 18.
I think so.
I don't have mine.
Just went up 48% on our cost.
I just don't have a sheet for me, that's all, just kind of thinking about all the rates.
18 holes walking in a cart now, what it would look like, you mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
I think,
can we rip through this lot next meeting in February?
yeah,
Alright, just so I
Yeah,
can,
this-
just so I can have the papers. in
we're not
front of
gonna,
me.
you know, if you want, you don't have to vote on the budget today, you can still review if you got any other additional questions, is,
Okay.
you know.
See what it all
bring
is.
it up to the next
Will that-
meeting,
does that
after then we can vote on it.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I just want to get
just-
everything in front of me.
I just need it by, I think, the end of February, I think, by the time they'd be looking for it, so.
Next meeting, we'll be able to
Yeah,
decide.
rip through it.
Should be
Yeah.
sure, talk about it
Okay.
before.
So we'll just table the vote to next meeting. Okay, next meeting. All right. We'll probably just do it maybe in one way.
26.
Yeah, I'll do February 26th. Is that good for you, Dan? Because you should have everything, yeah, because yours is what, January 26th, you said?
Good.
The tournament?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go February 26th. Does anybody have a problem with that date?
Works for me.
Okay. All right. Anything else to come before the committee? Hearing none, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.